Can we talk about our edges, please? Because I think that there's a level of edges blindness going on. I think that our edges are under attack by satanic forces. And we are here laughing.
I am going to link that video in the description box if you haven't seen it, because she spoke facts. Because the things we do to our edges, a lot of us don't want to hear that though. We just want the remedy to grow back the edges, like the quick fixes. But then it seems like we're just stuck in this loop. Listen, 90% of regrowing your edges is simply knowing exactly what caused it to fall out in the first place and stopping it. Now, we do focus a lot on hairstyles, and I know there's somebody there like, I don't do these hairstyles. Yes, there is something that we do not talk about enough. Basically, there are two reasons why your edges are falling off: external factors and internal factors. Let's trash out the external factors before we get to the internal factors and the particular thing I want to talk about. Sincerely, I get it. Trends will always be a thing because as human beings, we have the inherent and natural need to belong. It's literally on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the need to belong. And basically, this is one of the things that guides our actions, our behaviors, including hair behavior. So, your mindset and thought process behind your beauty behavior is dictated by trends, and I get it. But you're gonna need to reconsider if you don't like the results that you're getting. Dimma, for instance, we're talking about the fact that she was on low cut throughout, her schooling years. And so when she got out of school, it was like, every hairstyle doable, she was going to do it. Well, of course, until her hair suffered and somebody called her attention to it. I was like, do you see how your edges are looking like an Onisha woman? Now, no offense to any tribe. We also say the exact same thing in Yoruba land. We call it yaoyo, like in Rebiti yaoyo. So it's a general thing. And this goes to prove what I was saying. It's literally something that has been handed down to us. It's a natural inherent trait to just do what is acceptable. Our mothers do the same thing. 90% of our mothers now, we can see their hairlines, starting from like the middle of their head. To be honest, I feel like it's a sign of a well-lived youth self. There's an angle to that where it just shows that you really enjoyed your youth, you really flexed, because what are you here to do really when you're 60, 70? But I digress. I'm saying I totally get why we hop on trends, but if healthy hair is the goal, then you're gonna have to do it differently. Trends are interesting. The healthy way is always boring. If it is gym that we want to go to, the food is always boring. Why is everything green and brown? I get it. The healthy life is kind of boring. It's not adventurous. But if you like the end result of that, then you need to do the process to get that, even if it is boring, even if it is monotonous. I'm just trying to really tackle the mindset here and show you why you are acting the way you're acting. It's natural, it's normal, but we don't like the results. And the result we want, the process to that is drastically different from the process that's getting us the current result. I'm saying, wash your hand from frontals. Wash your hands from braids. I know when I mention braids, somebody's already like, that's a protective style. Honey, protective styling that is not protecting anything. That's an entire conversation for another day, okay? Just stick around. We're going to get to that very soon. If you're not subscribed, this is a good time to subscribe so you don't forget. So the summary of external factors is this. If you're doing frontals, especially once a month or back to back, you are wrong. If you do braids back to back, you are wrong. If you make an hairstyle and you have to take Tylenol or Panadol after, you are wrong. Sometimes the body is even telling you, your hair is telling you, your scalp is telling you. You can see the bumps, you can feel the pain, you can feel the irritation, and you just feel like, after 2 or 3 days. That is a red flag, because the hair will grow back, but it will be thinner and finer than the previous hair that was there. You are slowly damaging the hair follicles. And eventually it gets to a point where it is completely damaged, and the only thing to do is to take follicles from elsewhere and put it there, which is what we call hair transplants. Turkey is calling some of you's name already. I said Turkey because that's the popular place where everybody goes for hair transplant, if you didn't get the joke. So, preventative methods is 90% of this conversation. Now, the 10% part is where, restimulating your scalp comes in, doing massages and applying things whatever it is that you think works for you. I don't try to recommend a lot of products or oils or anything because it varies, but rosemary oil has been proven to have a certain percentage of minoxidil. Now, minoxidil is something that a trichologist will give you or recommend, right? So this is above my jurisdiction, but rosemary oil has some of that, compound in it. So rosemary oil has sort of been proven scientifically to restimulate, your follicles. So that is one oil that you want to try and get and use. So you want to engage in a lot of massages, just trying to restimulate and get blood circulating again in those areas. Again, remember, you have left anything that has to do with tension, tightness. Just come over to the boring life. You know what? Fine, just do it for 30 days. I usually say 90 days to be honest, but do it for at least 30 days. Just leave your hair alone from all of those tightness, tension, and whatnot for at least 30 days. But if you can't, push for at least 90 days for you to see proper growth and regrowth, then please push for 90 days. Now, to the internal factors that we do not talk about enough. First of all, some of us simply have finer hair, and that's okay. That is natural. That is your genes. And I feel like we really need to have a space for people with finer hair. There's so much buzz around volume and thickness and length, but there are people that just have soft hair, and that's okay. So if you have that hair type, that's what your hair will grow. Now, this is not to say that you don't engage in things that will help you, stimulate your hair, grow your hair. But what you will grow, the best you will get from your hair is the best fine hair possible. You're not going to get some thick, tight, voluminous hair because that's just not your genes. And that's okay. So for people with fine hair, it is worse around the edges for them. Even cornrows feels like too much tension for somebody with fine hair. So you have to know your hair type and do hairstyles accordingly. So people with fine hair, you don't have any business with hanging things on your hair. That is one of the reasons why protective style is not protecting anything for you. Somebody who has a stronger hair can hang, because that's what braids are. Again, I don't want to get off into protective styling, but you get the point. That's an entire video. So I don't want to touch on it, just briefly, and then I just leave you confused. So let's just leave it there. Basically, if you have fine hair, you have fine hair. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, it doesn't mean don't work on your hair. I'm just saying that if somebody who has thick, voluminous genes of hair and you who has fine hair are doing the exact same thing, you're not going to get the exact same result. You're going to get the best you can get from your genes. They're going to get the best they can get from their genes. That's why I always say that this whole thing, hair journey, hair growth, it's not trying to be like healthy. It is just trying to be better than what your hair was yesterday. It is you versus you. Comparison is one of the things that kills and frustrates you in your hair journey. So it's okay if you have fine hair. Just know that and know that, your edges are going to be a little different from somebody who has thick hair. Then there is emotional factors. Listen, if you're stressed, if you are grieving, if you have anything emotionally that you are feeling intensely, it will tell. Have you ever looked at somebody and you're like, what's wrong with you? Did they tell you anything? No, because there are indicators. And the things that indicate this is your skin, your hair, your fingernails. These things are so important. There are people running school runs, they're running a 9 to 5, they're taking care of 3 children, and you're saying, my hair is not growing. Honey, you're stressed. So there are emotional issues that affect your hair health. Not that they affect it. Your hair health is an indication of what is going on internally. And the minute you fix what is going on internally, it's like indicators on a dashboard. That's how I describe it. If your car is low, on fuel, you'll see the indicators, telling you that on the dashboard. That's just how it works. And finally, to the thing that I think we see, but we don't really see. It's literally a running joke online where you're like, oh, why are ladies always so low on iron? I'm always so sleepy. I'm always so tired. We just say it's just like bands. But do you realize how important it is? Because of the monthly blood loss that we experience, this automatically means that we have to be extra about this vitamins. So when you are low in iron, one of the biggest indicators is your hair, like period. Zinc, magnesium, one of the biggest. So when you're saying things like, oh, I'm always tired, or I'm craving white rice, or I'm craving pica, just weird things that you're craving, that is your body being deficient in these minerals. You're going to see that in your hair. So if you wonder, maybe you are, maybe not that I'm saying that, or some people sleep a lot or get tired easily, and that is ringing a bell, go get a blood work done and actually see what is going on internally. Your hair is just giving you an indication of what is going on in your body. And the minute you fix that, it will reflect. Your skin, your hair, your nails, they're not just beauty things. They are, I think I read a story one time of somebody who went to do her nails in a nail salon, and the nail tech was like, I think you need to check this out. And this lady got to the hospital and was able to get diagnosed of a serious health condition. But now she was able to diagnose it early. Listen, it's not just beauty. It is indicators of something going on inside you. Your nails, your hair, your skin is telling you something. So don't just focus on trying to fix the problem you're seeing. Wonder where it is coming from. Personally, I found this to be true, and I'm going to share with you the one thing that I did to introduce more iron into my diet, and it is this pumpkin leaves. Ugu. Oh my god, that thing is so rich in iron. It is incredibly rich in iron. Just blend it, drain the juice, and drink it. I take it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, once a week. I try to do twice a week, and I found out that my digestive system did not really like it more than once a week. So basically, this is another thing I want to say. Whenever you get this kind of information, don't just say, oh, it didn't work. You have to understand how it will work for you. There are some of you that may not be able to take it on empty stomach. Some people will be able to take it on empty stomach. Some people will be able to take it twice a week. Some people will be able to take it 3 times a week. Basically, just take all this information and say, okay, how would this work for me? Let me try this. Basically, just try things and know how to modify information and tailor information to be useful for you. So ugu leaves has been a game changer, for getting more iron in for me. If this video was helpful, tell me in the comments, like it, okay, and subscribe if you're still not yet subscribed, because a lot is coming and it will be such a game changer, for your hair journey. I also have a Telegram group where I really listen to people and I'm able to actually know exactly what it is that you're facing, and I can make specific videos, tailored to that. So I'll link it in the description box if you want to join it. You are more than welcome. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.